It is still this morning on ITV, bringing us to our first talking point, where we'll be looking at the largest gathering that we'll see today, the APC presidential primaries. Of course, it has so many comments, so many points to look at, so many aspirants, of course, about 13 of them, as we know, that have been cleared out of the 23 that actually went for that particular position. Today is the D-Day. What are we expecting? Is it going to be voting like we saw with the PDP, where, of course, the former vice president clinched the tickets, after pulling a majority of the vote cast? Are we going to see consensus like has been peddled, by some APC chieftain? Of course, with what has happened by the 11 governors of APC in the north, where they said to the party, let's be, big brothers here, let's be our brother's keeper. Let us, for the sake of equity and justice and for national interest, forget about, taking that, contesting for that position. Let's leave it for our compatriots that are from the south. And we are yet to see the south come out with the person they actually want. This is where the issue is. Why will it be so? And we are also aware that within the APC, most of the aspirants were booted out. It is a game of imposition of candidates. Would that happen in the ruling APC? We'll get to know through the eyes of Honorable Mariam Muhammad. She's a politician based here in Abuja. Very good morning and welcome.
Morning. My pleasure to be here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
APC presidential primaries is today.
Yeah.
What are we expecting?
It's today and tomorrow. We're expecting good results as usual. We're expecting the best to clinch the ticket. That's what we're expecting.
The best?
The best candidate. The right candidate will emerge.
So what is the definition of the right and the best?
Nigerians are woken from their slumber so far. And like you rightly pointed out, the governors are already cooperating with the party to see reason why they should allow the South take the ticket, which has been the agitation so far. And I see that the Southerners, if they could come together and agree to project one person, this is my personal opinion, I'm not speaking for the party. If they could come together and project one person, it will just be a consensus thing. And just it saves everybody the whole stress.
Do you think that will be easy when you have a Fayemi, you have of course, the national leader of the party, Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Of course, the vice president is also on that race. You think it will be easy to just get someone?
It's very easy if we put aside our selfish desires and if we look at things objectively. For our party leader, as you put it, His Excellency, I see him thinking twice about the whole thing, because in my opinion, I foresee him thinking and withdrawing from the race. I foresee that.
You think he will?
I think he could do that because he's a statesman, and that would give him more strength in the party and give him could back his respect for him. Could step down.
For who?
For the right candidate.
Who's the right candidate?
It's just clear. Yemi Osibanjo.
You think he's the right candidate?
Yeah.
So what do you make of the comment that it can't be given to someone who sells ice cream?
People say anything during politics and just try to defame or rubbish people. But we all know, you and I know, that the right candidate now, this country is Yemi Osibanjo.
That is in your opinion.
That's my
but
own
if
opinion.
you look at what
and the majority of the society.
that's your opinion.
Majority
so,
of
but
the
if you look
society.
at those who believe that Ahmed Lawal has done well, leading the Ninth Assembly for about 3 years now, he is the best person for that position. But because of what the northern governors have done, say, look, allow those in the south to handle this. It automatically means that he has to step down. For who? That's the next question. But
Yes,
again, if we are to look at these various aspirants, what is the criteria that the party will use
to take a decision,
to take a decision?
To do a consensus? Should there be a consensus?
Should there be a consensus, what is the criteria? If the aspirant refused and say, let us go to the poll, of course, what will be the criteria for voting the right candidate?
First, let me respond to the issue of the Senate President, Lawal.
They say it's a tomato salad. That's very derogatory.
Like you said, my VP too is an ice cream seller, whatever. Anybody wants to say anything, people say anything.
And it's coming from, party members.
Yeah, because we have people who talk anyhow, flippant talkers, and we have people who enjoy defaming people's character.
Within the APC?
Within every, you can be in APC.
This one comes from the APC.
You can be in APC because you are a card holder, or you want to make people believe you are in the APC. But you may not be in the APC. But if you are in APC, you have no reason to defame
somebody in the capacity of former governor of a state.
See, I don't really want to talk about that. But I say that all the candidates that are out for this contest are all competent to a particular level. We all appreciate they've been in the party, they have worked in different capacity. Yes, we appreciate, like you said about the Senate President. But those 10 governors are sat down to think. I think they are being objective about letting issues lay. We cannot always say we are the only people that are the best people in the country. Nigeria is for everybody. So let's give it a try. Let's try somebody else again.
After it's for 8 years.
Yeah, after all, it's another 8 years. And even if after 4 years, I'm telling you that if after 4 years Nigerians don't find him competent, they will do something, because people are waking up from their slumber. Everybody is ready for a change, even though the delegates are the ones who are making things very difficult. But I think if given the opportunity to vote, and we are not going to do money tricking, because I don't call it politics. Politricking now is money tricking. I'm very optimistic that the delegates will wake up from their slumber and look at the future of this country. And forget sentiments about individuals and do the right thing.
Okay, why not microzoning to the southeast?
Well, I can't answer that because I don't know much about that, but it has been
because if you look at the southeast, of course, the former governor, former chairman of the defunct APC, Obunaya Onu, is there, and some other persons from the southeast, they are equally on the list.
When we talk about zoning it to east, north, whatever, it is a process now. It started. For now, let's turn it to the south. Maybe
then I put their heads together.
Exactly, and see how we can move forward. But when we say why not, why not? Everything that happens for a reason, and it has a reason that we are saying let it go to the south. Now we have a candidate. We don't have any candidate in the southeast. We don't have any candidate here. You understand? So for now we have a candidate. And who is the candidate? Professor.
No. Don't hold on. Now we have not gotten to that. We'll get to that point. We're not getting to that point. We are looking at how these issues can be done in such a way that delegates are expecting dollar rain. It will favor delegates when you of course for elections. You saw what happened with the PDP.
We are not comparing, or we are not imitating what PDP did.
Yeah, but there's always dollar reign in every presidential primaries.
It only goes if only we are reasonable. The delegates, I mean, if Nigerians are reasonable and very objective, you know, anybody that is bringing dollars and asking you to vote for him is the peak of, is the highest criminal.
Yeah, but it's done for almost everyone that has ever win the primaries.
Because that is what speaks in this country now. That's what the delegates are waiting for. But does it mean that that is the reason why they will vote for somebody? I'm assuring with APC it will be a different thing.
You sure of that?
I'm assuring you that.
And you're sure that tomorrow we will not talk about the fact that some persons got, you know, XYZ dollars just to, you know, cast vote for a particular person?
If you ask me, I will tell you that there's just going to be a consensus. APC is a mature party. We are not perfect, but we're doing our best to see that we do things judiciously. I'm telling you that at the end of the day, Tinubu will step aside.
Well, let's...
and every other member, they will come together to agree and project a person at the end of the day. So talking about voting, may not come up.
You know, the issue is that for those that are neck deep in support of Payemi, they believe that, well, BP, Asiwaju, just say, okay, let us give it to him. For those who believe in, of course, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so you just, at the end of the day, both the Bunaonu, whoever they will say, let's give. So, as it is now, it's just in a couple of hours we will see the real thing happening in the Eagle Square.
And the real thing is what I've been telling you.
So the real thing that will be happening soon in Eagle Square, you know, it comes with also some pains. I mean, some persons may not, you know, drive freely, easily, the way they like. You know, there will be so much traffic and all of that. So it comes with that pain. Yes. It's a very, you know,
dicey situation.
Yes. So, but why is it that within the party there is some kind of, you know, you just enforce candidates on the people?
It's not enforcing. It's making peace and uniting the members together. It's not enforcing. At the initial stage, you could perceive it as such. You understand? Just like I was a victim too. But I felt so. But after a critical analysis of the whole situation, I saw the reasons the party took a decision. I may not be happy. Anybody may not be happy. But if you critically sit down to assess it, you see that it's worth taking. That decision was worth taking.
Imposition of candidate.
It's not imposition.
You just
it's
impose somebody.
It's not really imposing. Well, if you have some, like I said, if you have 4 kids in your home and you observe the whole 4 kids in the duration of a time, and then you saw that one of them is competent enough to inherit you, take over your business amongst the 4 of them, it's just natural for you to pick that person, even if it's not your first child. You understand? So there are qualities that they are looking out for. And I think that's what they use as their yardstick for measurement. It's not imposing. It's just finding the right person, putting him in the right, square.
Is that what internal democracy is all about?
No.
Within the party?
But it's with the other members' consent. It's not like forcefully. The other members have been called to table and they've all discussed on why they have to take this, and they are still carried along in the party.
Okay, if I just joined us, the program is this morning on ITV, and we're looking at the forthcoming presidential primary election for the ruling APC, which is coming up later today. And of course, taking a look at how it may come out in such a way that, of course, the candidate of the main opposition party Al-Haji Atiku Abubakar may either want to re-strategize, having seen the outcome of the APC primaries, or he will just maintain his strategy. Up to now, we have not been told of his running mate. Of course, he may just be waiting for the outcome of these APC presidential primaries. So, as we do that, the party does it have, of course, the fact that Atiku is standing for the PDP, and Atiku is a big name. Atiku is someone who, in the last election, gave President Muhammadu Buhari a very good fight.
Like I always say this, and I believe in it, that power is given to whom Allah wish. And Atiku has been an aspirant again and again in this country since I was even bubbling big to date. So he can give it a shot, but he's not compatible with my principle, and that is I keep saying this because we have passed that level where money for the grassroots to vote you. If delegates could do that, there are minute number of individuals who I may say they feel that's an opportunity they may never get again, so they grab it with all their hearts. But the average grassroots citizen who is really the voter, who comes to exercise his franchise, he knows that he needs a change. If a person can be this buoyant financially and can give a delegate an amount so solidly high like this, and people were suffering in this country, having no 3 square meal. We don't need to be in the party or a member of the party before we can donate to these people. So that only shows how selfish individuals are. And I'm not talking about Atiku, I'm talking on a general basis. Those who want to show money.
After all, politics is money. You don't have money.
Yes, you don't need to
contest.
You don't. That is what we want to make people
because
believe.
Even the nomination form for APC is unprecedented. It is the highest ever this country has ever known.
The party
100 million whooping naira.
Yes, because the party was thinking doing that will discourage a lot of people. That shows you that there are so many greedy people who have this money, and they were not ready to come out to help the country move forward. So now,
and even after collecting that money, about 10 people were disqualified.
That disqualification is, I'm hearing from you, because my national chairman has said nobody was disqualified. And I believe my national chairman will speak what the party, he's the voice of the party. So that anybody was disqualified, we are not aware of that.
It's everywhere.
No, people speculate, just like you just said. So please now, people say anything, and then
not
once you say it, to dice it down becomes a problem.
He said it, and we, of course...
He didn't say it. The national chairman never said anybody was disqualified.
So how come we have that fact and figures?
Who gave you? How did you have the fact?
We saw it.
He only got a report from the panel. And maybe flippantly
if you want to discourage people, that amount of money is huge.
Well, I don't have a word for that, because they have their reason for doing
2.3 billion naira from the sales of form for just presidential ticket form alone.
Sometimes you do something trying to discourage people, and you are surprised by their outcome. You don't blame the person who initiates it, but you blame the people who had this thing and never showed it in the first place. You understand? Because who could collectively had donated this money to help the running of this country. But everybody was showing they were not having money. So possibly this has only exposed some of these people to show that.
They have it. It's not even.
Yeah, but
they have
the stakeholders wouldn't have thought like that. They would just say, okay, when we hike it, people will be minimal in contesting because there's no money. But they are surprised that things came out the way it is. That does not mean because they know people have that money. It's just to discourage and minimize the number. And amazingly, that didn't work out. So you don't blame
it's unfortunate. Yeah, that money is too huge. And that is why people are really struggling to be among the delegates, because if a candidate can bring up such amount of money for a ticket for, nomination form, and yes, nomination form, it means the person has, more of such money to use. Yeah, even though some of them claim that the people bought the ticket for them, people went to...
Yeah, some people, they bought the ticket for them because they rallied around, like Sibanjo, for example. It was the Roots and all the other followers that I know that we put together, we came together to raise his fund.
And he doesn't know that it will be that high when he declared?
It wasn't even him who made it, who declared. We forced him to come out. The youth and the women of Nigeria forced him.
So that means he's not interested?
He is interested. He may not be interested.
That means if you force somebody to do
yes,
something,
see,
that
if
means
you
the
have,
person is not interested.
No, not that he was not interested, but he was being cautious. Now, he didn't show that zeal, that desperation for it. You could see how it took time for him to declare. But people's pressure, because we saw
so
the quality.
He was pressured
to come.
That means he's not prepared.
He is prepared. He has all it takes.
Let's not get to a
Don't
point
twist
whereby,
my words. He was not.
Say, I wasn't even prepared.
No.
I was pressured.
See,
and just
okay,
take me the way you see me.
For instance, you called me for a program today, right? Did you pressure me? You did, because you kept calling me. Zachary kept calling me to come over for this program.
Yeah,
but
because
not that I was sitting down doing nothing because
the airtime is perishable. The airtime is perishable.
No, he just was pushed out, like projected more by the youth and women in this country and the elites who knows that he has the potentials, he has the credibility, he has all it takes to come out.
It is the outcome of the primaries that we know.
Well, that is what we are waiting for, and I assure you, by the grace of Almighty Allah, he will come out, he will emerge the standing man, the right time.
What it will look like? Will it be the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's way, the Fayemi's way? Of course, the vice president, they are all competent, but one person is required.
Yeah.
Of course, stand with the candidate of the main opposition party who is waiting patiently to see who will emerge, so that he will, of course, re-strategize. Strategize in this aspect will be to get his running mate from where? Should it be from the southwest, southeast, south, all of that, of course, we will know as soon as the APC presidential primaries comes to an end. I must thank you so much for your time with us on the program this morning. It has been with an Abuja-based politician, Honorable Mariam Mohammed. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Yeah. And I hope you will stop having this idea of South. We are Nigerians. We just need the credible leaders.
No, it's a good thing that the APC governors did.
Yeah.
We are all equal. You know how it is, because we've got
and
good brains everywhere.
That only further exhibits how
liberal everywhere,
APC
and we want even states to also do that, because there are some states that if you are not from a particular axis, you can't be governor. So we want that to also, be replicated
play out
in states. So
thank you
take
very
a
much.
quick break. When we come back, we shall have time to look at other discussion in the program.